Okay, we'll get the Raymore Parks and Recreation Board special meeting for Tuesday, March 12th, 2024 started. Can I get a roll call, please?
Yes, sir. Member Scott?
Here.
Member Collier?
Present.
Member Manson?
Present.
Member Troutman?
Present.
Member Cooper?
Present.
Member Mapes?
Present.
Member Keys?
Present.
All present.
Great. Let's move to Pledge Allegiance. Okay. Next, we'll move to item number 4, new business. Action item A, Centerview Detention Landscaping. Director?
Thank you, sir. Actually, at this time, we're going to deviate off the agenda. We have a special guest tonight, our communications manager, Melissa Harmer, who is here to do a presentation on the use tax right now. So I'll ask her to come up.
Good evening. Thanks for allowing me to be here. I just wanted to share a little bit of quick information about the use tax, question P, that the city will have on the April 2nd ballot. Use tax is equal to the City of Raymore sales tax, which is 2.5% on the purchase of goods strictly from out-of-state vendors, often online purchases such as your Amazon purchases that currently do not collect Raymore sales tax. If this measure is passed by voters, the revenue coming in from that is estimated to be $1.87 million a year, and that would go toward the addition of more workers, more parks maintenance workers, more public works maintenance workers, and more police. An independent study showed that we are severely understaffed in all of these areas. So for many years, our people have been doing more work than their peers in similar cities around our area. And additionally, money would be used every year for maintenance of 58 Highway. 1/5 of 58 Highway through Raymore Stretch would be completely redone, whatever needed to happen. Mill and overlay, curb and gutter work, sidewalks, anything, so that essentially nothing would ever be older than 5 years, and so that would ensure a safe and smooth ride through town for our thousands of drivers who use it every day. This money is going to be dedicated toward these uses because we have known for a long time we do need that personnel, so that's not going to change. We would hope to, or our goal would be to add a minimum of 4 additional police officers, 2 additional public works maintenance workers, and 2 additional parks workers. Right now we have 5 parks workers that take care of our nearly 300 acres of parkland in the city. And you know, so the independent study said that we needed additional staff in these areas, and also the recent 2023 citizen survey also showed that our residents said that our highest priorities in public safety should be efforts to prevent crime and more police visibility in neighborhoods and in retail areas. And then our public works and streets priorities should be maintenance of major public streets, which 58 Highway is our major public street through town, and maintenance of neighborhood streets. And then in the parks area, maintenance of city parks was the highest priority that our residents said that we should focus on over the next couple years. So a use tax would allow us to do all of those things that seem to be high priorities for our residents. If the use tax does pass on April 2nd, that money would start being collected by the vendors. Individually as buyers, you're not required to do anything. The sellers would collect that money and start giving that to the Department of Revenue in October. The first disbursement to the city would be in January, and that would be quarterly. So we would be able to hire those positions in January. And the major street work would happen in 2025 for 58 Highway, starting in 2025. And then there will be quarterly reports to the council on exactly where all of those funds are going. And that information is actually also on our website at raymore.com/questionp. 291 other Missouri cities already have a use tax that funds things like these for essential city services. So I am available for any questions, but we'll have open houses next week. There's a postcard that you'll be getting in the mail shortly in the next few days that has information about an open house on March 20th. We'll have at noon to 3, and then 5 to 7:30 in the evening. And March 21st, we'll have 9 a.m. to noon, and then 5 to 7:30 in the evening. So hopefully we can catch everybody. You can come right here in City Hall Council Chambers and talk to staff and ask questions and get more details. And again, everything is also on our website at raymore.com/questionp. Didn't want to take up too much of your time, but that's all I have, unless anyone has any questions.
Anybody have any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
This is super important to understand, especially for us on the park board, to understand the issue at hand and the real needs for it for all 3 departments that would benefit from this. So I would ask park board members to at least be well-versed in it, so in case it's brought up to you that we can speak to it intelligently. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we'll go back to new business, since I jumped the gun there. We'll go back to action item A, Centerview Detention Landscaping. Director?
Thank you, sir. Tonight, we have a recommendation for award of contract to Mega KC Corporation. This is a project that was from the 2020 GEO bond. Essentially, it is a stormwater improvement project, but we call it the Centerview Detention Landscaping because what it does is it's a redevelopment and a redesign of the stormwater detention areas directly behind Centerview. We just put in the boardwalk back there a couple years ago as part of that bond project. This is kind of the second portion of that. What it's basically doing, guys, it's tearing it all out and with a landscaping plan that is designed to contain large quantities of water, last through droughts, has a lot of rock and beautification boulders. The back ridge between the apartments and the condos back there and the back of Centerview on that ridge, it's several trees, large sized trees, so we're not waiting for them to grow for the next 20 years, but already pretty decent sized trees put in there. And it will be classified as a Monarch way station as well, so we'll get some credit for that. And should be a really nice project for us. We did have, I put the plans in there. I'm happy to answer any questions on the plans if you have any. I do want to say that this particular project had one bidder. It came in extremely high for that one bid, and so if you'll notice that the bids in the project, we received the bids literally last October, and we've been working and negotiating, and then, winter and through that, there wasn't a huge rush for that. Their intention is to go ahead and begin work this year, carry on and finish in the fall, because we want to hit the growing seasons right for the plants. But we did negotiate that down and within the bounds of the procurement policy, so we're right on that mark. And we included, instead of a 2-year warranty, a 3rd-year warranty, and that 3rd year is optional. If we need it, we can enact that and use it. If we don't need it, we can cancel that and not spend that money that's there. So that was pretty beneficial in the renegotiation. Steve and I have been through it. Our stormwater division and public works have been through it. We're pretty excited about this program because I think it's going to make a big difference behind Centerview. It is something that the voters approved, so it was wanted at the time, and happy to answer any questions, but that concludes our staff report.
Any questions for the director? Okay, seeing none, I'll ask for a motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Bill.
we move to accept a contract with Mega KC Corporation for the landscaping and stormwater improvements and services for the detention bases behind Centerview.
Thank you.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, hearing a first and second, any discussion? Nope, seeing none, we'll move into vote. All those in favor? Passes 7-0. Next, we'll move to action item B, outdoor pickleball and basketball courts. Director?
Thanks, sir. This contract tonight is for recommendation for McConnell and Associates. These projects were funded by the Park Board in our capital improvement program for fiscal year 23-24. A portion of the $100,000, I believe, that was budgeted out of the park fee in lieu, and then combine the rest to complete the budget, just as a reminder of how that worked. We received 3 bids, and McConnell and Associates was the lowest, most responsive bidder. We've had projects with them before. They're very knowledgeable in outdoor athletic courts. They've actually been working with us on our basketball and our outdoor tennis courts on a regular annual maintenance anyway. So it's a pretty easy relationship with those guys. One thing that I want to note is we combine the 2 projects to have one contract instead of having 2 different projects, 2 different contractors, being so much like in the concept of outdoor courts. So that is one reason why we put the 2 together. Basketball is scheduled to be built out first at Hawk Ridge Park, and then pickleball will be latter, and the pickleball is on top of the old skate park, and that will include lights, court lights, so they will be lit pickleball courts, 3 courts, new fencing. So we're using the pad out there and just kind of refurbishing that area where the skate park was removed and relocated. That's pretty much it as far as the construction goes. I'm happy to answer any questions, and staff recommends award of contract.
Any questions for the director? Okay, seeing none, I'll ask for a motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Bill.
I move we accept a contract with McConnell and Associates for the construction of the 3 pickleball courts at Recreation Park and the 1 outdoor basketball court at Hawk Ridge Park.
Thank you, sir.
I'll second the motion.
Okay. Hearing a first and second, any discussion? Seeing none, we'll go to vote. All in favor? Passes 7-0. Moving on to action item C, budget amendment for outdoor pickleball and basketball courts. Director?
Thank you, sir. This is a budget amendment based on the last contract that we just approved. The budget that we have for those 2 projects, basketball and pickleball, totaled $284,000, and our bid came in right at $286,151. So we were just over budget. We negotiated as far down as we could without really sacrificing and compromising the project. So this budget amendment is to transfer an additional, $2,072 into the project to ensure that the contract's complete and there's enough funding to finish the project. And that concludes staff report.
Any questions for the director on that? Nope. I'll ask for a motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Bill?
I move with that we accept the budget amendment in the amount of $2,072 for the construction of those 3 pickleball courts at Recreation Park and the 1 outdoor basketball court at Hawk Ridge Park.
Thank you, sir.
I'll second the motion.
Okay. Hearing a first and second, any discussion? Okay. Seeing none, we'll go to vote. All those in favor? Passes 7-0. Next, we'll move to board member comment. I will start with Pat.
Excited for the new projects that we've passed and getting some new things around the park system.
Thank you, sir. Dan?
I don't have any comments today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Ken?
No comments tonight.
Okay, thank you. Josh?
No, my only comment is I think question P is important. Just with all the stuff we approved tonight, we need the employees and personnel to help keep it looking nice.
Well said. Bill?
And the use tax is something that we definitely have to look at as far as personnel. We're drastically short in parks. And I'm not even touching on the police department and public works, because they need them too. And if we want to keep this park system going and improving, that's something that we need to look at in a positive light.
Again, well said, Bill. Chris?
I have no comment.
Okay. And I will finish off by the same thing. I know there's a lot of confusion, there's a lot of talk, what this is going to cost and so forth. I would ask, especially the board, but anybody that you know, to do some research on it. I agree with my fellow members up here that we need the help. We have added so many amenities that we didn't have 10, 15, 5 years ago, that it's just hard to keep track of it, let alone the land we keep adding and stressing the system. So again, to pay a little more that you would pay anyways if you were buying here in Raymore is well worth what we need. So, and that's the end of the comments, so we'll go to adjournment. I'll ask for a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move we adjourn this meeting.
Okay?
I'll second the motion.
Okay, I have a first and second. All those in favor? 7-0, meeting adjourned.